you can go to, pardon me?
Huh?
Or did you, so you have something there, right?
Right.
Oh, you just did that now. Okay, cool, yeah. So there's a little icon, a trash bin icon here, right? So I've got these 4 clips. I'm going to press that trash can icon, and it's going to say which ones do you want. You can select only certain ones. If you shot like 10 things, you're reviewing it, and like 5 of them are good, 5 are bad. You can pick the 5, so you free up more space on your card, right? So, but I'm going to say all clips because I want this to be blank, and you know, it's always saying, well, are you sure about that? I'm going to say yes. And then it's erasing. So when that's done, you have, this is an 8 gig card on this camera, 8 gigs. So if you're shooting high definition, you're going to get, I think, about 22 minutes. If you're shooting standard definition, you're going to get a couple of hours on this 8 gig card. So just keep that in mind when you're shooting. So I just erased everything, right? So everybody should have a blank card, unless you're just shooting stuff for yourself. Okay, so I'm going to go back over. I'm going to put it back into camera, right? So the red light, and I'm seeing my image, right? And I just want to go over some of the features of this camera quickly. So if you're hand holding, this is sometimes a good way to do it. You have this little grip here, and you've got your zoom and zoom in and zoom out. So if you're doing something like this, you know, you might want to just sort of steady it, but your zoom and zoom out control is up here. Right? Another way to do it is to actually hold it like this. And if you're holding it like this, you have controls here on the camera. So I could be recording from down here and zooming in and out from down here. Because sometimes it's even a bit steadier to sort of hold it like this. But the thing that I want to stress with you guys is that it's really hard to shoot good video handheld unless you want to have that kind of shaky look. So I think if you're used to shooting photography and you rarely use a tripod when you shoot photography, video is different. I'm going to highly recommend you guys shoot video with a tripod. It just looks a lot better. It can drive you crazy if you're running around with this kind of thing. And so we're going to get into these tripods, but I think video is different from photography in that it's really hard to hand hold these cameras and get decent shots. Why is that? Why is it that in photography you can get away with and maybe video not? Because you're just taking one little second of time in photography, right? Mm-hmm. Once again, if I'm taking Megan, I'm just going to take one, and so even if I'm a little shaky, if I have a fast shutter speed, I'm going to get a nice shot. If I'm shooting video, it's doing it the whole time, right? 30 frames a second, and the slightest little shake, whatever, is going to look wobbly, kind of. To that effect, there is something on the side here. It says O/S, which stands for something stabilization. I forget what the O stands for. But this is your image stabilizer. So if you are using this camera, your hand holding it, you want to make sure that that image stabilizer is on. And the way you know that it's on is you see a little hand in the upper corner. Do you not say yours is charging? Is that why?
Yeah, they're up now.
Okay, then it's hard to learn if you don't. Yeah, you guys okay? So that's what the image stabilizer does. If you're on a tripod, then obviously you don't need that image stabilizer on. But you just press that button on and off, and that's your image stabilizer. So what's the button next to that image stabilizer?
Zebra.
Zebra. Does anybody know what zebra is or does, or other than the animal? So let me just.
Okay, so this is
You got it. You got it already. Cool. Okay. So can I take that? So you guys see the zebra lines? These lines here. So turn your zebra on. It'll say in the thing that the zebra is. This is existential. You're shooting me and I'm shooting you, or something. I don't know. Whoa. But do you see the these zebra lines here? These lines to the right. So everybody see those lines? If you turn so what you have to do is you turn your camera on, okay? You turn your camera on, and if you try to shoot something bright, you should see these zebra patterns in your frame, right? So that's how you expose for video. So the zebra is an exposure tool. So in other words, if you see something and it's overexposed, you're going to get that zebra pattern in your frame, right? Because it's hard. You guys, if you're going outside, you're trying to shoot, you're looking at a tiny little monitor, it's hard to know what the picture is going to look like. Is anybody from photography, is anybody taking photos? You look at your little LCD and you're like, yeah, great. And then when you blow them up, they're soft or there's something wrong with them, right? It's the same with video. If you look at something on one of these little screens, or even in the optical viewfinder you have, so if you close your screen quickly, right? You close your screen, then you look into your optical viewfinder, you will see the image, right? It's either or, although you can program it to be both. So when would you use this one as opposed to the LCD? When would you use the optical viewfinder? Any thoughts? You know everything.
I don't know anything about this video stuff.
So if it's a bright sunny day, haven't you noticed when you're taking photographs, if it's a bright sunny day,